House on Street 4. Karachi's humidity always felt heavy, but the air inside the old two-story house on Street 4 was different. It felt static, cold, and strangely suffocating. The family, a couple, their two teenage sons and the husband's mother, had moved in on a warm Friday evening. The rent was suspiciously cheap for a spacious house in a decent neighborhood, but they brushed it off as good luck. They had no idea that the house had already been claimed by something that refused to leave. The 2:45 a.m. visitor. It started on the third night. In the master bedroom stood a massive, vintage teak wardrobe left behind by the landlord. It was heavy, dark, and locked with a small copper key that the mother, Samina, kept under her pillow. Every night before going to sleep, Samina made sure the wardrobe was locked shut. Yet, at exactly 2:45 a.m., a sharp click would echo through the room. Samina would wake up to the sound of wood creaking open. In the faint glow of the streetlights filtering through the blinds, she would see the wardrobe doors standing wide open. The key remained locked beneath her head. Every single night, without fail, 2:45 a.m. brought the same silent invitation from the dark interior of the closet. The boy in two places. The horror escalated a week later. Late one evening, the older brother Bilal walked past his younger brother's bedroom. Looking inside, he saw Usman fast asleep on his bed, snoring quietly under the blanket. Satisfied, Bilal walked down the hall toward the kitchen to grab a glass of water. As he passed the guest room, he felt a strange draft coming from beneath the door. He pushed it open and froze. There, lying on the cold floor, was Usman. He was fast asleep, his upper body wedged halfway under the low metal bed frame, his legs twisted awkwardly outside, panic surging. Bilal ran back to Usman's original bedroom. The bed was now empty, the blanket thrown back. When Bilal dragged his brother out from under the guest bed and woke him, Usman had no memory of how he got there, only that he had been dreaming of falling down a bottomless well. The phantom hands. The breaking point arrived on a rainy Tuesday. Samina's husband, Tariq, was away in Islamabad on an emergency business trip. Around 3 a.m., Samina woke up gasping for air. Heavy, solid hands were clamped tightly around her throat, cutting off her windpipe. She thrashed against the bed, her hands clutching at the arms of her attacker. In the dim moonlight, she looked up into the face pressing down on her. It was Tariq. His eyes were wide, vacant, and completely void of life, staring through her as his fingers dug deeper into her neck. She managed to kick her foot against the nightstand, knocking over a heavy lamp. The crash echoed through the house, bringing her sons running into the room. The moment the light flickered on, the weight vanished. Samina collapsed on the mattress, coughing violently, red handprints already bruising her throat. Trembling, Bilal grabbed his phone and called his father. Tariq answered on the second ring, his voice groggy, confirming he was currently in a hotel room over 700 kilometers away in Islamabad. The dark history. Driven by sheer terror, the family abandoned the house the very next morning, leaving most of their belongings behind. Determined to understand what had targeted them, Bilal visited the neighborhood's elderly milk vendor, a man who had lived on the street for over 40 years. When Bilal mentioned the house on Street 4, the old man's face went pale. He revealed the truth the landlord had buried. Decades ago, a man lived in that house with his wife. Driven by a sudden, violent psychosis, he choked his wife to death in her sleep before locking her body inside the master bedroom's teak wardrobe. At 2:45 a.m., realizing what he had done, he ended his own life in the guest room under the bed. The entity inhabiting the house wasn't just a lingering memory, it was a malicious spirit trapped in a loop, forcing whoever lived there to reenact the terror of its final hours.